Very good. You've been very compliant, actually. Let's give yourselves a round of applause, actually. It's very good work by you. Coming back, it's a very muted round of applause to yourselves. That's fine, no problem. Right, we're back, so we've got a couple to go. So, of course, these are our two Sports People of the Year awards. We have, of course, coming up shortly, the ILT Southland Sports Person of the Year. But first, of course, as we get back into it, we have got the Junior Sports Person of the Year. Now, as is tradition, really, this is one of our huge categories, both in terms of numbers, sheer volume of nominees and finalists, but also the calibre that makes mums and dads like us just proud as punch. You know, we're beaming up here, seeing the achievements out there. The winner tonight, of course, is not only going to get bragging rights, but also, I think we can say they're going to get a swanky new piece of technology from our valued, long-serving sponsors from 1NZ. And I think it's probably fair to say he's a good Southland lad and the former Jason Paris, who's at the head of 1NZ. As you may have seen, he was down in the Deep South, I think, last week, their chief executive. And I think given some of his recent comments on the sporting field, it's probably quite good they're not sponsoring the official of the year. Otherwise, Warriors fan Jason Paris, you know, may not have worked out quite so well. But let us bring up now the person who will present the 1NZ Junior Sports Person of the Year, the delightful Jo Sharp.
Thanks, Nick. You have to bear with me actually now because the highlight of my night was forgetting my speech. But technology will prevail. It's on my phone. And my husband better not ring me. No ringing Joe. Anyhow, everybody, I'm Jo Sharp from One New Zealand, formerly Vodafone. It's getting quite hard. Well, it's hard to get used to the new name, actually. And although we've changed our name, we are still very local, and we are very proud to be supporting the Junior Sports Person of the Year category here tonight. We have another stunning lineup of youth again this year, and I don't know how the judges come up with a winner when the codes are so diverse, especially this year. But each nominee is so deserving. The lineup is a great celebration of the diversity of sporting opportunities available to our youth in Southland. So good luck to everybody. You should be very proud to be nominated. We plug for Jason. No, it's not for Jason, it's for me. Along with our name change to One New Zealand, we are also very excited to have announced our collaboration with SpaceX, which will mean 100% of 100% of New Zealand will have 1NZ coverage, mobile coverage, starting from next year. So this will be particularly big for Southlanders, as no one mobile provider has coverage everywhere that we like to work and play sports. So watch the space. We also shifted this year in April to Esk Street, so we've got a new range of accessories available for our customers, particularly for the sporty types. So I've got two of our most popular items to give away tonight. I've got a wee Yui Boom and a set of Shox bone conducting headphones. So check under your seats, everyone. And if you find a One New Zealand logo on a wee sticky piece of paper that I printed off this afternoon before I came, pop up with your prize, for your prize. Yeah, there's two. Ooh! So come up.
So first up gets to choose the prize first. There are two, so we're looking for the other one.
The fastest.
Yep. No.
No.
Have we got a second one?
It's a nice colour too. They are super cool. I have them myself. And anyway, so now back to the main event. The finalists of the for the 2023 One New Zealand Junior Sports Person of the Year are
During the 2022-23 New Zealand Superbike Championships, Cormac Buchanan dominated the 300 Supersport category, claiming every pole position and finishing the campaign unbeaten. He also won the 600 Supersport title against the most experienced riders in the country and has now headed back to Europe to compete in the Red Bull Rookies Cup and Junior GP World Championships. Cormac Buchanan.
During the qualification period, Alex Crosby twice won the National Formula Ford Championship against the best up-and-coming racing talent in New Zealand. He won the 2022 title in his rookie year while still a Year 11 student, and then defended his title in 2023, adding his name to a trophy which includes names like Scott Dixon, Shane van Gisbergen and Liam Lawson. Alex Crosby.
One of the most exciting young talents in New Zealand's clay target shooting, Charlize Erskine recently claimed 12 medals and 4 titles, including the Junior Champion of Champion at the Australian Skeet Championships. A multiple South Island and New Zealand title winner, Charlize is aiming for the World Skeet Championships being held in Texas in October. Charlize Erskine.
With 4 national titles to his credit, Marshall Irwood was the top under-19 rider at the New Zealand Track Cycling Championships. On the road, he claimed silver in the National Road Champs and a bronze at the National Criterium event. He backed all that up with 4 titles at the Oceania Track Champs, underlining his selection for the World Junior Track Cycling Championships later this year. Marshall Irwood.
As captain of the Southland Under-18 mixed touch team, Rico Fisher was a key part of the team's charge to the national title. Rico was also named in the New Zealand Under-18 mixed team and was the Metro Under-18 Rugby Player of the Year. Rico Fisher.
Considered one of the top under-16 swimmers in the country, Joseph Korowiardi has had an impressive past 12 months, including selection on the long list for the 2023 Youth Commonwealth Games. Along with silver medals in the 50-metre backstroke and 200-metre individual medley in the under-16 age group at the New Zealand Short Course Championships, Joseph has a number of Southland Open records to his name. Joseph Korowiardi.
After being part of the Otago Sparks wider training squad and captaining the Otago Under-19 cricket team at the national tournament in January, Louisa Kotkamp was selected for the New Zealand team for the inaugural ICC Under-19 Women's T20 World Cup in South Africa, where the team made the semi-finals. Louisa Kotkamp.
Over the eligibility period, John Rawiri Maddock has been a force on the national Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu scene, winning a range of divisions across both youth and adult grades at events in Auckland, Tauranga, Christchurch and Queenstown. The 18-year-old has competed internationally in Australia and Tahiti and has a bright future in combat sports. John Rawiri Maddock.
For the second year in a row, Levi Stout was crowned the overall winner of the National Disc Golf Tour. Levi won multiple national level events throughout 2022 and 2023, consistently placing in the top 3 and was lining up a maiden appearance at the World Junior Championships in the United States. Levi Stout.
What a awesome lineup. And the winner of the 2023 One New Zealand Junior Sportsperson of the Year award is Cormac Buchanan.
Outstanding. Now, what you probably will know is that Cormac is literally bouncing week to week around Europe at the moment. So I think we are going to get Shelley Clark to come forward and accept on behalf of the whole Buchanan clan, of course, that is over there supporting him as well. So it was the nice wee hours of this morning. He would normally join us live, and he really wanted to as well, but he is literally about to jump on a bike because qualifying and practice for his round of racing in Italy starts in about 7 minutes. So it was just going to be a little tight for him, to be fair. But Angie and I had a real privilege and a real, for all of us, behind-the-scenes look with Cormac this morning. Well, Cormac, Junior Sportsperson of the Year for a second time. Congratulations, mate. Tell us what this award means for you.
Yeah, well, obviously it's an honour to get this award for the second time. Yeah, you know, it's quite a prestigious award here in Southland, and it's yeah, really nice for me. It shows that the hard work, you know, me and my family and everyone that supported me has paid off. And yeah, no, I think this award feels a bit more special than the first one because yeah, this season in New Zealand was really enjoyable for me, and probably the best New Zealand season I've had. So yeah, it means the world to me.
Mate, we're talking to you in Italy. You're next to the Netherlands, Portugal, Spain. You're around the place. You're 16 years old, and from mum and dad, that's a massive difference. What does this mean? Are you comprehending what you're actually achieving at this age?
I don't know. It kind of feels normal for me at the moment. It's obviously like some days when I'm not racing, it kind of, you know, I kind of just sit down and think about what I'm actually doing, and yeah, it kind of blows me away a little bit. But you know, when you get the good results, it's kind of like, you know, oh my God, I'm racing in the World Championship and stuff. So, yeah, for me and my family, it's huge. Obviously, to be the first Kiwi over here, it's a great honour, and also to come from Southland as well. You know, everyone that in Southland's had my back since day one, and we're kind of, you know, just showing off the results that we're capable of, and you know, it's kind of starting to come into place now. Yeah.
Now, mate, you're not just racing, you're actually at the sharp end of things. And last weekend, I know that's outside of the qualification period for this award, but still, you know, 2 top 5 finishes, you know, in terms of in the World Championships. How good was that weekend? That must give you some real confidence going forward.
Yeah, no, definitely. Last weekend was, I wouldn't say a dream weekend, but it was really close to it. You know, to be third in the qualifying was a great bonus, but you know, to be fighting for the win in both races and to only be 600ths away from the podium at the finish in the second one was a bit like a bittersweet taste in the mouth. You know, it's kind of like you're really happy what you've achieved, but you know, you're so close to being on that podium. But you know, it's just been like an upward spiral with the results. You know, we've been improving every time we've gotten out on track. So you know, I feel that podium's coming, and we'll try to get that New Zealand anthem playing on top of the podium soon.
Yeah, let's talk about that progression, because it was 2 years ago that we were having this chat as junior sportsperson, but a lot has changed in that time. So what are you taking through to each campaign? What's that experience building for you?
Yeah, it's just, honestly, it's, I mean, I gained more experience from just those 2 races last weekend being at the front than I have in my whole entire career. You know, it's just every race I'm learning more and more, and that's kind of translating into more better results. And, yeah, even if I don't have a good result, you know, you learn from that. And it's one of the sayings I use is that you never lose, you either win or you learn, you know. So for me, I've stuck with that. You know, I have my bad days, and I think every athlete does, you know, but as long as you take something from that and you're able to put that into the next race to better yourself, I think that's been the key. And obviously it's not easy coming from Southland, but it's possible. And yeah, as long for me as I'm improving every time I go on the bike, that's the main thing.
Well, you seem to definitely be doing that, mate. Hey, so it's Red Bull Rookies Cup this weekend. We can see this from behind you, mate. You're going to have to take us for a bit of a look around. You know, tell us where you are and give us a look around, eh?
Yeah, no, I'll take you guys for a bit of a tour. So right now we're in Mugello in Italy, in Florence, and this is the Rookies Cup tent. So here I'll unravel my bike. It's a KTM RC250, a Moto3 bike. So this bike is a bit different from the last seasons, the last time I talked to you guys. Yeah, so it's quite a fast bike. Goes, I think, a top speed of 230 k's an hour. So got the Kiwi flag here. You know, it's quite nice being able to see that on the bike. And yeah, it's just the bike I tear around on the track on against the best riders in the world. But yeah, so this is kind of my area here. I've got my bike here. I've got my toolbox here. This is Dad's area here. All the tools for him. Got my gloves here and stuff here. But yeah, this is kind of my little area as such. And we'll take you through this way as well. So we pass through here. This is all the mechanics area and stuff, all the other riders. As you see, there's quite a lot of other bikes here. It's very uniform, I guess you could say. And we pass through here. This is kind of my route to get to the bike every time I go out on track. So we pass through the trucks here. Here is where we have all the tyres, and this is where a lot of the big work goes down. Obviously, you know, the mechanics, we have our 2 spare bikes here. In case one of the bikes fails, they have 2 spare ones ready to go. Here is for all the suspension. We have 1 suspension guy for 26 riders, so we have to have quite a big space to be able to work on 26 bikes. All the spare parts, all the spare fairings in here. You know, we refuel the bikes in here as well. But we pass through here. We've got the Rookie Cup scooters, so they can get around the rider coaches and stuff. And then we pass through here, and this is what we call the riders area. This is where we relax before every session. We get changed here. So this is my seat here. The name tag's a bit beaten up, but we've got the 14 Buchanan here. So this is where I sit. This is where I get changed. We've had full 26 riders' helmets. So we've got my one here. We've got the Kiwi on top. And the NZ Kiwi. And we've also got on the back Mac Attack, and then also 2 Mech here. And then we got the Kiwi Stars here as well. So this is my helmet. This is the one I have had since 2021. So I haven't changed the design since then, but as you can see, there's all these different designs for every rider. It's something quite nice that we get to personalise it. And I'll come down here as well. We have the leather suits for every rider as well. Here's mine here. But we have the lights turned on for the charging of our airbag, which is Alpine Star. They supply us with the safety gear. And we got my sponsors, Bedpost and Burt Munro Challenge here. So got a little bit of Southland in there with the Burt Munro Challenge, which is quite nice. It's nice being able to represent them on the world stage. And then obviously all the Red Bull Rookie Cup sponsors as well. So yeah, this is our riding area. This is where we can relax and chill out before we hit the track. You know, we need a bit of our relaxed time before we go 240 mile an hour around the track. You know, it's quite an experience. So no, it's good having this whole area for ourselves and stuff. Yeah. You know, this is where the dream is for me, to end up racing inside the paddock, to go from Rookies Cup to here. So we have all the motorhomes for the MotoGP superstars, and it's also quite nice because our tent is right next to the track. So yeah, this is the World Championship. This is the pinnacle of my sport. You know, every day we're getting a little bit closer to ending up in the paddock. You know, it's been a long road coming from Southland to, you know, working out of a trailer and a tent to coming here where it's, you know, millions and millions of dollars go into this project. So yeah, it blows you away a little bit. Honestly, you know, on Sunday this will be packed with hundreds of thousands of fans, you know. But yeah, for me, it kind of feels normal now. You know, you're kind of racing on the world stage, but yeah, I couldn't be any more happier to be here and yeah, bring on this weekend.
Oh, mate, look, on behalf of everyone in the room, this has been an absolute treat. We're never going to get to do this again. And well, maybe unless we talk to you again. Hey, we think that dream it's close to you physically. It is so close. And you know that you've got the support of everyone in Southland. Hey, do you want to give a shout out to all those folks who have helped you along the way?
Yeah, I'd like to thank everyone that's helped me, all of my personal sponsors, and especially to the Southland Motorcycle Club, because you know, I wouldn't be racing here if they didn't, you know, give me the opportunity to race around little old Teretonga when I was 11 years old. Obviously, Bedpost, Burt Munro Challenge, you know, they have also helped me. It's quite cool, you know, racing from Burt Munro and Speedway, coming up through the ranks and now racing on the world stage. And yeah, everyone that's helped me, you know, they've all played a little part, and, you know, all those little parts turn into a big part. And without them, I wouldn't be here racing in Italy on the World Championship. So a huge shout out to those guys, and it's a great honour to come from Southland to racing here. So thank you guys so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, our Junior Sportsperson of the Year with One New Zealand, Cormac Buchanan.
Auntie Shelley, he was so delighted that you were going to be in the room tonight. So thank you so much for coming up on his behalf. And if you noticed that Nick and I were looking a little bleary-eyed, that was very early this morning. Very, very early.
One thing you do realise too is it's quite hard to get the time difference right. So we'd sorted this out because that was 7 o'clock this morning where we decided to catch up with Cormac. And Kate, of course, everyone you know will know, Mother Kate had done the maths perfect, or, you know, well, she's thought perfectly. That would mean that it was 5 o'clock in Italy. because she, of course, was so used to taking off the time. Unfortunately, what she should have worked out is that when you go to Italy, you actually have to add the hours as opposed to take them off. So when my phone was ringing at 3:10 this morning, where she was asking where I was for the interview, it was about that time she realised she'd got it wrong. Anyway, it was worth the wait, and to be fair, it was 9 o'clock at night. They'd stayed there for a couple of hours just to be able to give us that look around. So how special is that, eh?
Pretty cool.
Very good.
Pretty cool.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, and so that leaves just one, which is very exciting. The ILT Senior Sportsperson of the Year. And like we've seen all night, this is another category that must have been incredibly difficult for our judges. Our finalists have been waiting all night. I do apologise. So it's only fair that without further ado, we welcome up not only the category sponsor of this award, but also the naming rights sponsor of this evening. From ILT, it's our board member, Suzanne Prentice.
Thank you very much, and I would like to say how lovely it is to be part of this very prestigious evening tonight. And, you know, obviously, sport has played a huge part of the ILT for many years, and it's something that we continue to be exceedingly proud of all of the people that come from Southland and just how far they can go in the world of sport. But, you know, I've got to say, for the last couple of weeks, I've wondered, how did I get the nod to present this award? And it wasn't until I got here tonight, you know, and I saw all of these fit, svelte young athletes, it dawned on me, I fit right in. You know, I can hear Nick and Ange talking about being the mum and dad. You know, I've got to be the gran. You know, you've got to be realistic. But, you know, I must admit, as the evening has gone on, it's made me realise just what a large part of sport in Southland I have played personally. And I have to say, and they don't have to thank me tonight at all, but many years ago, I used to babysit Erin Criglington. Of course, I taught her everything she knows. And young Dwight Grieve, lovely young man, it's me that was responsible for his running. Do you remember the year, many years ago, when I stood for the mayoralty of Invercargill and I lost? And it was just, I guess, the week after that I decided, well, we'll get away for a few days. So I was dropping the cat off to the cattery and the dog off to the doggery, and I was heading home down Racecourse Road. And what did I hear but young Dwight Grieve behind me in a marked police car. This fatal mistake was coming to my window to say, it's not your week, is it? I didn't lose my rag. But as I slowly decided to get out of the car, that was when Dwight started to run. So I feel totally responsible for his success tonight. In all seriousness, I must say, on behalf of Paddy O'Brien, our chair of the ILT, who would normally present this very prestigious award, he does send his apologies for not being here tonight. He would love to have been here. Unfortunately, he's out of the city, and he would like to wish every finalist and recipient tonight his very best for the future. But let's see who we've got. Ange.
The history books were rewritten in January when Sheldon Bagri Howley became the first Southlander to win a national men's bowls title in the 108-year history of the event. Sheldon overcame current world singles champion Shannon McElroy 21-15 in the final, capping a fantastic season which included runner-up in the national mixed pairs and a top 8 finish in the fours nationals. Sheldon Bagri Howley.
It had been 28 long years since a Southlander had won New Zealand's most prestigious bike race, the SBS Bank Tour of Southland. Josh Burnett changed all that in November, a world-class individual time trial performance in the race's penultimate stage, propelling him to the top of the podium and the most coveted yellow jersey in New Zealand cycling. Josh Burnett.
"2022 was a big year for All Black prop Ethan de Groot. Left out of coach Ian Foster's initial squad, the Southland front rower worked harder than ever before to force his way back into contention and end the year as one of the most promising props in the world. Ethan's example continues to inspire other young Southland rugby players. Ethan de Groot.
By any measure, the past 12 months have been huge for Black Ferns prop Amy Rule. Amy started in 5 of the Ferns' 6 games at last year's World Cup, scored a crucial try in the grand final win over England, won a Super Rugby Aupiki title with the Matatu team, which went winless the year before, and secured a professional contract playing in Australia. Amy Rule.
Although just 24, Tom Sexton is a seasoned veteran of New Zealand's endurance track cycling program and a force on the road. He proved his value yet again at the Birmingham Commonwealth Games, winning gold with the men's team pursuit and then breaking the game's record in the individual pursuit on the way to a silver medal behind teammate Aaron Gate. Tom Sexton.
Developing into one of New Zealand's best performed international cyclists, Corbin Strong is now a rider to watch on the World Tour. This past season saw Corbin claim a maiden World Tour stage victory and 6th overall during the Tour of Britain, scratch race gold at the Commonwealth Games and silver in the elimination race at the World Track Championships. Corbin Strong.
And it gives me great pleasure to announce the ILT Senior Sportsperson of the Year Award, Amy Rule.
Amy, congratulations, mate. I mean, scoring a try in a Rugby World Cup final is one thing, but coming up here on stage and receiving this, huh? How good?
Yeah, it's worse.
Didn't have to do a speech after scoring that try, right? Yeah. Well done, though. How does this feel, getting recognised like this on the home patch?
It's pretty surreal, but also like just pretty special to be with my #1 supporters over in the table. Yeah, they're a lot, but I love them so much, so I'm excited to celebrate with them.
They're allowed to be a lot when you're this good, Amy. Hey, look, we all loved reliving that moment of that try. Talk us through it just one more time. Go on. World Cup. Just for half
It's a
time.
lot.
It's so good.
I hate to admit, but I was actually out of position. I was not supposed to be there. But I'll take my chances when the opportunity. I remember looking up and I was like, is that the try line? But yeah, really fortunate. That's how rugby goes, isn't it? At the end of the day, you got to take your opportunities, and yeah, just over the try line.
You're part of something though that has really put women's rugby on the map, right? You know, and that must be an unbelievable feeling. I think the wonderful thing too, and I know everyone in the room will say the same thing here, is the way you ladies got around after that as well too. You know, back to the home patch. You talk about ugly crying at Aparima. You know, when you went back to the old school. Hey, I mean that was a really obviously big part and a really important thing for the whole team. I guess to give back for that support you got through that campaign.
Yeah, 100%. I think the key messages we wanted to showcase throughout that tour, because obviously we had a probably a big year building into it, but it was just being our authentic selves. We put a lot of work in behind the scenes, but also we got to have fun along the way. Life's too short. You got to enjoy what you got to do, and I think we definitely did that. And also, like, in tough situations, you've got to come together as a team and put some out great performances. And I think as a team, we did that as well as had a bit of fun. So it was awesome.
I think the fun comes through when you're out on the field though, right? So if you don't have that bond in the shed, it's just not going to carry through out onto the field. I had so many people, and I'm sure that everybody in this room had the same experience. I had so many people come to me, no disrespect, male rugby, you know, you do your thing. But I had so many people coming to me and saying, oh my God, women's rugby is the thing. It's so much better than men's rugby. Did you at any point realise how big the juggernaut of just absolute enthusiasm for women's rugby was when you were in it?
Yeah, I think full recognition, I do like the men's game can be a tough gig. It does get judged really harshly, but that's what I think we learnt from that. We came into an environment where actually we've got an opportunity here to be like, we're going to work hard for New Zealand, but we're also going to enjoy ourselves and make sure that we learn from probably previous mistakes. But yeah, it was incredible because a lot of us, we talk about the why we play and what we do. And for me personally, it's pure enjoyment. It's that connection. It's meeting people. It's also just I just love it so much. And the only reason I would do it is for the pure enjoyment.
You talk about working hard, and you did that yourself, right? So tell me a little bit about the Amy rule that went away for your first Black Ferns tour at the end of 2021 and the experience that was, and then how you were able to roll that obviously into being a crucial member of that campaign down the stretch.
Yeah, I must admit I am your typical small town girl. I had to learn high performance the hard way, that it wasn't an easy pathway. You didn't just kind of train and the results happened. I definitely had to find myself and take a lot of work and what's involved in the fact of there's the mental skills, you use nutrition, there's a fitness. I'm a front rower, so that's constant apparently. But yeah, moving to Christchurch and finding a group of girls that were just beautiful people on and off the field. They were just generally great people and wanted to thrive and be the best person they can be, which made you want to be the best person you can be. And I think that was the key aspect.
Talk us through the Opiki competition, so 2 years of it now, your thoughts on that, and then getting that contract and shooting straight away over to Australia to pick that up and just keep going.
Yes, key thing for me is back to I just love playing rugby, I love the people, and that was the key thing for me. Super Rugby is a really short comp, it's 5 weeks. I had an opportunity it was a risk and contract, but I was just like, I'm 22, I've got to live my life, don't I? I've got to take risks, that's what it's all about. And it was a bit of travelling, and I don't regret it. I've made great friends out of it, so it's awesome. I'm back with the squad again, so I can't wait for what's next.
So let's talk about that. What is next? So there's Black Ferns test at the end of the month, right?
Yes, we're in camp on Monday, so in camp on Monday in Australia and then Canada for a couple of weeks, so can't wait.
Fantastic. Well, listen, Amy, I don't know what we can say other than congratulations, and we are so stoked, as you can hear from the ovation from the room. Our ILT Southland Sportsperson of the Year is Amy Rule.
Amy, Mum says at 22, you got time. You've even got time to make mistakes, my girl. Plenty of time. Take it from Mum. That is a superb way to end what has been a fantastic event. Once more, let's hear it for all of our finalists and recipient winners tonight.
Let's also take the chance to thank these wonderful sponsors this evening. So the ILT, One New Zealand, Southland Kia, Good Tech team, BDO, Community Trust South, Creation Signs, NZME and the Southland Times. Couldn't make it happen without you guys. Round of applause for those guys too, thanks.
Ngā mihi nui whawhatai tele lava to the Southland Boys High School Moana Toa Ropu. And again, mālo to you, Hale. Wasn't he fantastic, everybody?
Outstanding. Special thanks, as always, to our friends here at the Ascot Park Hotel, to Lion, to Marquee Party and Hire, of course, Active Southland and the Southland Amateur Sports Trust, who do make it all possible. Thank you so much for all your work in the background, and of course to all of you for coming and celebrating one special night with us as well.
We hope you have your dancing shoes on, because it's time to dance the night away with our friends over here, the fabulous Hayes Family Band. From me and Dad, thanks for coming.
Night all.